Have you ever asked yourself this question? Why don't I earn enough money? And I've worked so hard to build my career, put in a lot of time, put in a lot of learning, put in a lot of energy, put in a lot of resources into my career. And I'm still not earning as much as I want, or I don't have the kind of life, the kind of work-life balance that I desire. If this is you, then this video is for you. So in this video, we'll be talking about what is a career path, what kind of career path is good for you, what do you need to do when you're considering a career transition, how can you align your purpose with your career path, what do you need to do, what are the steps that you need to take. What is a career? A career is something that you choose to do for a living, as well as something that you have an ability for, something that you can do easily, not something that you find difficult doing. Though you can learn something you don't have ability for naturally, but a career path is something that you are created for, something that you have ability for, something that you're interested in, something that is your hobby. Like, for example, you may want to be a musician. So that desire is inside of you, that flair is inside of you, then you now go further to go for trainings you learn over time. So that's what a career should be: your hobby, your interest, your passion. These are ways you can identify your career, your strengths, your weaknesses. You do a SWOT analysis to find out this: what are my strengths? What am I good at? What am I passionate about? What am I interested in? What would I like to do, and why would I want to do it for such a long period of time? Why would I spend so much time? Why would you spend so much time learning this over the space of 10, 12, maybe 30 years? This is something you need to consider seriously. These are ways to know what career path is best for you, what career will best suit your lifestyle. You need to focus on this because you're going to spend a lot of time learning, growing. It's not going to happen overnight like a viral video. You just need to keep on learning, keep on growing. And then secondly, you must consider, what are the resources do I need to really be the best in my career? Once you consider your strengths, your weaknesses, you need to consider, what are the resources, what kind of education do I need to really achieve the kind of career that I want. For example, I want to become a doctor. You need to get a certificate at the university to become a doctor for at least 7.5 years, between 7 and 8 years. And that will take some time. That will take some learning to specialize as a doctor. So you need to really think deeply. Do I have all it takes to become a doctor? Do I want to see blood? If you cannot view blood, if you are not someone that wants to see blood, for example, then the medical profession is not for you. If you are not someone that is good at physics, chemistry, then the medical profession is not for you. Being a doctor will not be for you. You have to reconsider your options. You need to look at your options again. So there are pros and cons to choosing the right career for you. So you need to look inwards carefully. Another example, if you want to become a mass communicator, if you want to become a journalist, you need to know that it's going to take a lot of time. You get a degree in journalism, maybe at the National School of Journalism. The School of Journalism, you can get a degree there for 3.5 years. You need to learn, you need to go for internships. You need to have internships. You learn in an organization, a media house, if you like. So you need to learn there. Then over time, you'd get to understand how to become a reporter, how to become a good writer, how to become a good presenter. That takes time. That takes time. You learn, you keep on learning. You can also look for mentors offline and online. You look for mentors, you learn from people how they speak well, how they how they compose their words, how they compose their sentences, how they engage their audience. You may also want to consider being a YouTuber and influencer if you like this. So it takes time, it takes training. You need to train online, offline. You need to go for symposiums. You need to know what the industry is all about. You need to consider your industry, consider what is required to become the best in that profession. You cannot settle for less than being the best for you to be able to cut through the noise and come out on top of your career. You need to be able to cut through the noise. You need to learn, keep on learning, keep on growing. Learning is constant throughout life. Another example, if you want to become maybe a lawyer, you need to have your degree, LLB in law. Then you do 2.5 years in law school. For you to be called a learned colleague, you need to put in the time, then you do your exam at law school, then wait till you are called to bar, then you can practice. So building a career really is not just by mere saying it or by wishful thinking. Are you ready to give it all it takes? Are you ready to go all out to get the best out of that career? Are you willing to give it all it takes? It's something that you really need to take time to consider. Why am I going into this? Is this best for me? Is this something I want to do in the long term? Am I willing to go the whole all to get to the top of my career? If this is a yes for you, if you're sure, you need to also network. You need to get on the right platforms. We have Facebook groups for different professions, graphics designers, for freelance social media managers. A lot of groups that you can learn from. Just pick a group that you learn from, you engage. It's all about networking. You need to network after getting your BSc, your certifications where necessary. You need to network, you need to reach out to people in different groups online and also offline. You can also have WhatsApp groups. Keep on learning, keep on learning, keep on growing. You must understand the business, your industry. You need to follow industry trends. You need to be focused on improving yourself daily because you're in competition with so many people, and it's important to really put in your best, put in your heart into this. It's not something that you start on day one, on day two, day three, month one, month two, month three, up to the 12th month, and then stop behind. Stop after a while, rather. You need to keep on going. You need to keep on going. You need to keep on staying up to date with your industry, with the trends, with the new skills, with the new information, with the softwares, with the new developments in your industry, in the media industry, as a social media manager, as a graphics designer, as a developer, as a teacher. You have tutors online now. People have moved from the offline space, from the conventional way of teaching to the online space. So for you to get visibility, for you to be known as a teacher, you also need to move over to the online space. You need to also improve yourself. How does this work? You need to network, you need to reach out build a brand, build a profile that can really get you to where you need to be. You need to be known for what you do. You need to be known to build character. You need to be known for what you do and to do it well. It said that whatever you do it well. Everything that you do it well. Whatever you do, let it speak for you. Let your work speak for you. Let your skill set speak for you. Get to that level where your work speaks for you, where you have a voice, where you are an authority, where you speak as someone who knows what he or she is talking about. So this is how you move gradually from getting your education over to networking, knowing about your industry, getting engaged with industry activities, not just offline by attending symposiums, attending workshops to improve yourselves, and also you network there. You move to the online space, build a brand that is attractive, that is worth working with. By that I mean a brand that is visible, a brand that is engaging, a brand that is trustworthy. You have a strong following, you have a high engagement rate. This will get you results over time. This will get you results over time. And also for someone that wants to transit from one career to another, this also applies. You also need to get the right certification, the right training, either online or offline. You also need to network. You said that your network determines your net worth. The right people around you, the right information would help you to move higher. So it's a steady walk up the ladder of success. It's a steady walk up the ladder of progress. It's a steady walk up the ladder of results. It starts with your mind. It starts with developing your mind. It starts with that first step of setting your goal. I want to achieve this, for example, in 1 year, in 6 months. So you break your goals down in small bits. You have a 3 months plan. For example, I want to learn how to speak well in 3 months. You get your dictionary, you get a speaking app, you get this dictionary. Daniel Jones is a Cambridge speaking dictionary for communicators. If you want to be a better speaker, this dictionary is good for you. You can also use other speaking apps online to improve your speaking if you want to be a good communicator, if you want to communicate better. This will also help you. So this is gradual. Then you move over to other things like your reading. To read better, you read aloud, you read consistently, you read with a lot of attention on your sentences, on your pause, on where you have your full stop, where you have your pause. There's a way, there's a tone that you should have when you have a pause. And then there's a tone for finality when you have your full stop. Your pace, you work on your pace as a communicator, you work on your tone, you work on your word power, your word construction. You must have a good vocabulary of words. You must have a good word register. There's a word register for the law profession. There's a word register for communicators. There's a word register for people in tech, in data science, in medical profession. So you need to be acquainted with your word register, with the right vocabulary for every profession as a communicator, so you can quote across every type of audience. For communicators like me, you need to know a little bit about everything. You must love research, you must love learning, you must love consistent constant learning. You must continue learning, you must continue to grow, you must continue to learn, you must continue to grow. So it's important that you move in this line. So little by little, gradually you move up the ladder by networking, by building a strong online presence. The certifications that you can do for your profession as a social media manager, the HubSpot Academy certification. You have the Facebook certification, different certifications like that. These are certifications that will really help you get your foot in the door, get your brand seen and valued by clients all over the world. They are world-renowned brands when it comes to social media management, content creation, and other areas of specialization. Other professions also have the different certifications that you can do. At least one would get you seen, get your brand more viable, get your brand valued, get your profile at the level that you desire. So you must give a lot to build a strong career. You must give a lot to have a career that attracts the right people, the right clients, the right pay. Everyone is created for something. Using myself as an example, I've always had this inner weakness. I was going to be a communicator. I've always desired inwardly to become a public speaker, to take up something in the media space. I don't know, you're out there thinking, what am I good at? What can I really do? So you need to take time to look at your interests, your hobbies, find out from people, ask your friends, ask family members, maybe ask colleagues at the office, people that you can confide in. What are the problems you can solve? What are you good at? That solves a problem for someone that people can say, okay, this person is good at this. What are the problems you can solve? I, for example, am someone who is passionate about helping people discover themselves, help them find their career path, help them discover their career path, help them discover how to live purposefully. That's my own. Even at the office, I find time to speak to people that are really confused about their career. How can they do better? I encourage them, I try to advise them on how to find out their purpose, their career path. After building your brand, building your network, need to build a portfolio, that works. A portfolio means projects that you've worked on, over the years for probably one or two companies. Maybe during your service year, you worked on a project, community project. That could be the answer to someone's problem, to a company's problem. That could be the answer to someone's challenge or a company's challenge. So you can start from there. Maybe you're just out of school and you did a community project somewhere. You can put that on your CV. That could work for you, as long as you can defend it, as long as it's relevant to the job title that you want to be employed for, or to the job title that you want. Types of jobs that you don't have to work a 9 to 5. You just offer your service and then get paid for what you do. Offer your service and get paid for what you do. You have remote jobs also. You should also look in that category if you are someone cut out for that. Remote jobs, hybrid jobs, work 3 or 2 days in a week, and then the other days are free for you. So everyone really has one that is the right fit for you. You have a lifestyle that is the right fit for you. First of all, look at your lifestyle. Look at what you really want for yourself, your age, the season of your life you're in, the phase of your life you're in. If you're a stay-at-home mom, you probably would go for a remote job, a job that would allow you work from home. That would be right for you. Or maybe you're business inclined, you have a strong business skills, Being self-employed is a good one. You offer your service, you build your brand, you are visible offline and online. So different strokes for different folks. What works for me or what works for Mr. A will not work for Mr. B. So if you're business inclined, you have a skill that pays, you can work on that. If you're an entrepreneur, the entrepreneurship ability, if you're that person that has an entrepreneurship ability, the skill of an entrepreneur, you are good with solving problems for people. You have a skill that can solve problems for businesses in one way or the other. Another one is digital marketing, CPA marketing. Some of you may have come across that. That's one area that is also very viable. Social media management, web development, coding. The tech space is really the place to be at now. So let's explore. Please explore some of these opportunities if you're really considering having a career that you love, that really would give you the work-life balance that you want, the kind of pay that you really desire now, compared to just doing a 9 to 5 that takes your time, because time is lifetime, is very important to existence. Time is important to family too. You need to have time for your children, you need to have time for your loved ones. So we need to consider going into business, self-employment, remote jobs, hybrid. Just find the right fit for you. Find the right fit for you. Find the right fit for you. It's possible. Just work on yourself. Get a mentor also. Get a mentor. Get a coach. Get a career coach. I'm also open to coaching too. I also coach, like I said. If you're interested, you can look into the description box below and you find my email there, or an email where you can leave your information and fill out the form. Also, click on the link to fill out the form and then reach out. We can work together and work out something together. If you need a coach, if you need a guide, you can have a career that is purposeful, that is aligned to the will of God for your life, that is fulfilling, with the right strategy, with the right mindset. Let me be your guide on your journey to growth in your personal life and your professional life. Let's do this again soon.